In the tunnel. In the tunnel. In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 54. So, we are running a little late, so let's just get straight into it.
Yep. There's no time to do anything else.
Yep, so, first
Although
things...
Go ahead. Just, let's go. Let's move.
First things first, let's go through the MLB, which just ended.
Yeah, we're going to be the last podcast to talk about how baseball just ended.
Alright, so 4-3 Nationals, any interesting things happen?
The Astros might be the best team to only win one title in their window of being a contender.
Okay.
I mean, ALCS lost last year, I believe. World Series lost this year. 2 years ago they won the World Series, but since then haven't surmounted or climbed the mountain, I should say, all the way back up to the top. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer this window is open. Cole's probably going to leave. Greinke is and Verlander are at kind of towards the end of their careers.
Correct.
So, yeah, and there's only so much longer that guys like Correa, Springer are going to be on rookie contracts. So,
yeah, you're probably...
Everybody's going to want to get paid at the same time.
Yeah, and you just don't have that to throw around, so...
I wouldn't know.
We'll see, right? Aside from the fact that the away team won every game of this series.
Which was the first time that ever happened in pro sports.
Yep. Anything?
That's the only really interesting stat in this whole thing.
Yeah, and also from the way the series started, going all 7 was pretty cool. And then the interesting stat of the away team won every single game.
I feel like it's something that should have happened by now, but although I guess you could say every Super Bowl in a way that a team that wore white was every away team won a Super Bowl.
But they played in a neutral site, not home and away.
Yeah, but one team is designated as the quote-unquote home team.
Yes, but still, I just don't think it counts if there's no, home crowd and away crowd, right?
So let me ask you something, Sean. When the New Orleans Hornets, after Hurricane Katrina, had to move to Oklahoma City, then to play, all their home games there that year, that's technically a neutral site game. Were not all of those wins home wins?
So my point more so is that it's the biggest game of the year, right? So it's played in a neutral site. You're not seeing one team's at normal home games, you get their fans going mostly, unless you're as bad as the Nets were in the past, where you just get all the other fans coming. But when you're in the Super Bowl, it's literally just everybody's trying to go. You're not a fan of either team necessarily, or you get a pretty even split of fans from both teams anyway.
Yeah, but we're not talking Super Bowl corporate crowd here. We're talking about people in New Orleans aren't driving to Oklahoma City to watch the Hornets. And back then, nobody was driving to Oklahoma City for basketball at all.
But, they're recorded as home wins, but is it really the same as playing on their home court? No. I don't think the answer is yes.
No, but that's the thing is they still were technically home games.
Technically, again.
Sean, I'm not here to argue with you like this anymore, mostly because you just won't admit that you're wrong.
All right. Anyway, perfect segue into our next topic, which is
it about how you're wrong or
NBA?
Okay, might as well do the same thing. Mostly because you might as well just not know what you're talking about anyway.
Fair enough.
I mean, you've admitted that before yourself on this on this recorded device.
Yeah. So I mean, let this be the second time we're talking about NBA in our podcast?
I don't know. Why would we count? What's the point?
True.
Last time I think we talked about the NBA was at the shitty marketing slogans that they do in the playoffs.
Right. Okay.
That's when in April when we were in Pittsburgh together.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with NBA much, but
there's no more undefeated teams because the Suns beat the Sixers last night.
Oh, good to know.
The Suns are not a laughingstock so far. They're 5-2.
Okay, I heard that the Golden State Warriors are a D League team or a G League team now. Is that what you said?
They're a G League, which stands for Gatorade, because D League stood for Development League, and now the G League stands for Gatorade League. So, take that for what you will in terms of how they effectively develop talent that goes into the NBA and how it's really the same thing as an endorsement deal. They're starting a bunch of second-round picks right now. Their bench is a bunch of fringe NBA players.
Okay. So they are a G League team playing in the NBA. End of story.
They did lose to the Suns.
Okay, but you said they're not. Suns aren't a laughingstock, so.
I mean, not yet. There's still plenty. There's still time.
Yeah, but you can't just go hey, the Suns aren't a laughingstock, which means theoretically they should beat a G League team anyway.
They weren't G League when the Suns beat them. Steph Curry got hurt in that game.
Oh, right. Okay.
Do you even read the news?
Basketball?
Me neither. Let's be real.
Anything else?
Basketball's for nerds until college basketball starts, which coincidentally is tonight.
Yeah. Any other thing we want to bring up for NBA?
I don't know, but we definitely have to do a March Madness thing again.
Oh, that is totally happening.
We should do college football playoff too.
Yeah, we can. 4
random schools. Oh
God!
It's gonna be tough because every school has a men's basketball team. Not everyone has a football team.
Right.
So if Hofstra football makes a playoff, there's gonna be some interesting stuff going on where we might have to spin the wheel again.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. On to some other sports.
Oh, I want to see Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns actually fight, though.
Oh.
Not any of that weird scrap shit that we saw the other night.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think you're the only one.
Bear hug. Yeah. I mean, in true hockey guy mentality, the whole bear hug to the ground thing doesn't qualify as a fist fight to me.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
It's like cuddling sideways or cuddling vertically, then horizontally.
Right. All right. Anyway,
we can experiment with a actual display of that later.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to do that when we're in different places.
Hey, you never know.
I'm not cuddling with you. No offense. No offense. We're not like. I know we've known each other for a long time. Not long enough for that, though.
No. Okay. Anyway, on to the NFL. Let's start with the AFC.
Who cares?
we got the Patriots at 8-1.
Oh, who cares?
Bills right behind them. Dolphins and Jets suck.
Roger that. Good stuff so far.
Chiefs 6-3. Raiders, Chargers. Then Broncos aren't doing so hot.
Well, they benched Joe Flacco, so what does that tell you? Might as well have not played this season. Although Cortland Sutton's been getting me fantasy points, so
okay.
I guess the fact that they're showing up is helping somebody.
Yeah. Ravens at 6-2. Steelers at 4-4. Got to do better. Browns and Bengals.
Got to do better. They started 0-3.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
5-3, man.
Okay, well, that just wasn't happening when you play New England week 1.
Yeah. Anyway, Browns and Bengals are not good.
Really? You don't say.
Texans 6-3, Colts at 5-3, Jags and Titans at 4-5. That's probably the closest division there is in this.
Yeah. And Nick Foles is coming back to the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that whole thing where, when reports said that he was out for the year after his injury in week 1, apparently the year was, very different in length than maybe it was like a Mayan calendar, but it didn't last.
Year's like 10 weeks.
Not even.
Yeah. All right.
Not even, Sean.
Anyway,
don't lie to me.
On to the NFC. You want to take this one?
No.
Well, too bad you get it.
Oh, why do I have to? You mean? Sean's a mean drunk. Which is weird because he's sober. At least as far as I know. I don't know what they do on the NJ Transit. So the Cowboys threw a cat on the field last night, and all of a sudden, a division lead came out.
Yep.
So they're first in the NFC East with the Redskins, pulling the wagon at the end with the Giants and the Eagles in between. The Giants will never say that they're out of it, despite the fact that they are.
They are out of it.
The Eagles will never accept the fact that they're out of it, despite the fact that their whole roster is basically on a stretcher. The 49ers are the last unbeaten team, which really doesn't mean anything to me. The Seahawks are 7-2. Like, really doesn't mean anything because I don't know that their offensive line is any good. The Rams are 5-3, which they'll probably make the big run and give us the same old kind of feeling in a couple months. And the Cardinals are 3-5-1, so I mean, they're doing better than last year, but I mean, expectations are still low.
Yeah.
And then the Packers, they're 7-2. The Vikings are 6-3 because Kirk Cousins decided that playing like human garbage isn't the only way to play quarterback. The Lions are 3-4-1, and the Bears have no offensive game plan any week that they've played this season, so they're, packing up the rear. And then the Saints are the Saints. The Panthers are, wildly still in this thing, and Cam Newton's out for the rest of the year. The Buccaneers are wildly not in this thing anymore. Who would have thought? And the Falcons are, I don't know, the Falcons.
Fair enough. I don't know. Yeah, the Giants are pretty damn out of it. I really don't see. I mean, with the way the Seahawks and 49ers are playing, you got to think the Rams aren't even in it.
So, wait. Hold on. As a Giants fan, you're going to tell me that the Steelers have to do better at 4-4?
Hey, I had zero expectation coming into this season.
And you think I had Super Bowl aspirations for the Steelers?
Not Super Bowl aspirations, but they could totally make the play.
Get real, Sean. I knew that their secondary was the same trash it's been for the past 6 years. I didn't know that they were going to make a trade that effectively changed their defense as we know it, and now their defense gives up 14 less points per game, but who would have thought that one guy would take them from giving up 30 points per game in their first 3 weeks to 16 points a game in the next 6.
I don't know.
Wild stuff, Sean. That's something that's worth a first round pick. and what sucks is Miami thought that they were going to get like a top 10 pick. At this rate, they really should have taken some of the other offers. They were like, we took the Steelers trade because we thought that the Steelers are going to be trash. Well, doing okay now.
All right.
And we could have beaten Baltimore if not for that overtime fumble. So we really are 5-3.
You should be 5-3.
Sean, do not bullshit me right now.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
Move on to the main attraction, I guess, which is the finals for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So, if you need a recap, we started with 122, and 8 are what's going to remain, which is just over half of the last round. So here's a recap of the people who didn't make it from last episode.
I really hope I did this right.
I think you did. We have David Akers, Clinton Portis, Donald Driver, Wilbur Marshall, James Ferrier.
Driver, I didn't even know her.
Tony Baselli, Muhsin Muhammad, Jeff Feagles, Bryant Young, and Neil Smith.
Okay.
So, as you can see, I just said 15 names are still on. 8 will make it. So,
let's take a look at the candidates.
Yep.
That was really loud. My apologies.
You want to... If you're so excited, let's hear them.
I'm not excited, Sean. I'm a miserable human being. Let's just say what it is. It's Clay Matthews. We think Jr.
We think.
It's either Carl's Jr. or Clay Matthews Jr. Albert Lewis, Jeff Saturday, Richard Seymour, and Josh Cribbs. And then we have Jeff Garcia, Chester McLaughlin, Steve Hutchinson, Tiki, Otiki, and Torrey Holt. And then we have Rondé of Barbers, the Leslies of O'Neill, Brent Joneses, Lomas Brown, and the most royal of Kennedys, Lincoln Kennedy.
All right. So,
which funny story? Nice combination of both presidents who got shot.
Yep. Anyway, we have 3 teams with 2 players left.
I wonder if people have put that thing together before.
Oh,
those 2 names are.
Anyway, we have 3 teams with 2 players each left to make the Hall of Fame. We have the 49ers, Raiders, and Browns.
And this list could have been longer, but I did not feel like doing the research, and you were not anywhere to be found with an Excel sheet.
Yeah. Okay. And a recap of the players who have the best chance are Richard.
I mean, the wheel has been so courteous, I haven't had to change this thing since the first one that we made like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Like, amazing.
Yeah. So we still have Richard Seymour, Lomas Brown, Torrey Holt, Steve Hutchinson, and Josh Cribbs.
Cribbs!
All right. So let's just get to spinning the wheel. You gonna take this down?
Just do what you gotta do.
All right. So the first person to make it out of this list. Is Jeff? Nope. Jeff Saturday.
Jeff Saturday, an offensive lineman.
Yep. Okay.
A center, if you will.
Yeah.
Let me write. I'll highlight it in our sheet.
Following Jeff Saturday, we have Torrey Holt.
Alrighty. That's the sound that a wheel makes.
Then Clay Matthews Jr.
Clay Carls Matthews Jr. Not to be confused with Hardy's.
Oh boy.
Hey, you know what's weird is I'm sober.
No, that's why it's not weird.
That sounds like an insult, Sean. I'm not exactly sure how to take that.
Then we got Brent Jones.
Brent on Lent.
Does that mean none of our top 5 have been picked yet?
I'm sure Torrey Holt was in the top 5.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right.
Thank you, Sean. I'm glad that we're both paying attention to the details in this. Unbelievable. Things I do.
And then we have Steve Hutchinson, definitely in the top 5.
Well, yeah, obviously. Thanks for joining the show.
Oh, boy.
It's too late for these shenanigans.
Albert Lewis.
I don't think he was in the top 5. Albert, where are you?
Rondé Barber.
How many spots do we have left? 1?
Just 1. So.
Will it be the Tiki?
Will it?
Both the Barber brothers have lasted this long. Will it last a little bit longer? It will not.
Probably not.
Oh, good. Jeff Garcia.
Last one, Jeff Garcia.
What a nerd show that is. All right. Not that there's anything wrong with being a nerd unless your name is Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, so, I mean, those are the 8 to make it out of the 122. What do you think the wheel's chances of being completely right are?
I think that some of these names, more likely than not, we'll see. I think that between Hutchison, Saturday, Rondé Barber, I think the wheel's got a good chance of getting at least 3 out of 122 right.
Okay, hey, that's pretty damn good.
The only problem is, or actually with Torrey Holt on there, 4 out of 122. The only thing is, they tend to not put in 4 guys from the same era.
Yeah.
In the same class. So I'll say that 2 of these names will get in.
Okay. I mean, still, that's pretty damn good.
Hey, I mean, Chicago State won a championship. Just ask them. 3 wins didn't mean anything to them. They rode that thing to a title.
Fair enough. All right. Anyway.
Do you remember, Sean?
Moving on to the NHL.
Yeah, why don't you take the lead on that one, Slugger?
All right. So, as far as like the Islanders are on a tear, just like pretty basic NHL things, right? So the Islanders are on a tear. The Senators are doing like bad, but not as bad as everybody thought they would. Actually, just as bad as everybody thought they would. What am I saying? Because they own San Jose's first round pick and theirs, and at the time of me looking at the stat, both of them were 30 and 31 in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the best shot to get the first 2-round picks, basically, if the season were to end. Otherwise, teams are still pretty competitive aside from the Wild. They're a crap show. Otherwise, yeah, like most games are pretty fun to watch on a normal day.
Yeah, well, at least the Senators did that thing where they slightly altered their jersey to make fans think that it was different. Oh, we changed the number and the nameplate and nothing else.
Yeah.
Cool. How about putting together a team?
Hey, the one thing they have is they are a team. I didn't say good team.
You also didn't say what kind of team. They could be like a Bochy team.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to a little bit of a fantasy recap.
Speaking of fantasies, and if you're a Senators fan, that's where you win games these days.
Yeah, so we are second in our league still.
We should have taken over first place, Sean.
We wouldn't have.
Well, not a good thing you kept me from picking up Devin Dubnyk.
If you picked up Devin Dubnyk, it was worse.
Yeah, I mean, no, we would have had the same score.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
We picked up Cam Talbot a day late.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, so we went 6-4 due to some bad planning on our part, I guess.
I guess so.
So yeah, we won in goals and assists and plus minus and power play points, shots on goal, and hits. So we got all 6 of the offensive categories.
Yeah, that's all that really matters because Henrik Lundqvist is taking naps on the bench right now and he ain't playing games.
And then
load management for a guy who's probably going to get traded to a contender is like, oh, so you're going to bench him so that he doesn't play for you at all before he gets traded away? What a dumbass.
Yeah, so
James Dolan, is he the one who owns the Rangers too? I know he's a Knicks owner, but if he owns the Rangers,
he has a
dummy.
partial stake because of MSG, right?
Okay, well, put the house band down and stop being a dumbass.
Anyway, we only had 2 goalie games, so we didn't actually earn any points from goalies. So the other team had 2 wins, a better goals against average because technically we didn't have one, better save percentage because also technically we didn't have one, and they won shootouts because we didn't have any because we only played 2 appearances instead of 3.
You guys are thriving.
But we still won 6-4, so it's okay.
Oh, whoa, good for us.
Yeah, so
although with one more area of win, or one more win, I think, in our category, or like, let me rephrase it like this. With one more category win, we would have gotten first place, I think.
No, I think we needed 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, based off of the first 3 weeks of the season, it would have been attainable.
Yeah, true. But anyway, top performers are John Carlson, no surprise. Brock Besser, he had a hat trick, I'm pretty sure. And Dougie Hamilton with 4 assists through the week.
Yeah, our draft strategy paid off very well. And for some reason, our waiver claim to bring Edler back on the team
should go through tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, because I had to place it again. Apparently, it didn't take the other day when I put it in.
Oh.
So go figure that out at Yahoo Sports on Twitter on that one if you listen.
Yeah.
Ask them why their waiver claims need to happen twice.
Yeah. I mean,
those tech geeks on it.
I mean, this shows that our drafting strategy is working out pretty well because these
three. Yeah, we have the best scoring defenseman and forward in all of the NHL.
Yeah.
And then we have Austin Matthews too.
Yeah. And our other forwards and defensemen are doing pretty well. Usually defensemen are pretty hit and miss with their plus minus rating.
Not John Carlson though.
Well, yeah, but it just shows that the rest of the defensemen aren't just bringing him down for no reason.
Correct.
So it's doing pretty well. Like Hamilton's
Dougie,
doing well.
Yeah, Dougie's a defenseman.
Yeah. And then Besser had a hat trick past week, sorry. And paid off.
The lamps. Yep.
Yeah.
This is probably the lowest that we've had in the plus minus department, though.
Yeah, but we still won by 10.
Like to see, yeah, well, I'd still like to see that better.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, so, I mean, so if you couldn't allude to, Hornquist got hurt. He's on our team, so we had to drop him.
For now, yeah, because he's on IR again.
So we are keeping Talbot. We're probably going to swap him out.
Is Cam Talbot the starter? No, it's
No.
Mike Smith.
Backup. So yeah, we're looking at goalies and to update our team a little bit so we don't fall into you didn't have enough goalie starters this week.
Yeah, so if you have a starting goaltender out there that could help us out, email us at whatever our email is, or tweet us. And tell us at In the Tunnel Pod and give us your goaltender. And we'll CC you in an email to Yahoo Sports, and we'll just see what happens.
Good luck with that one.
Hey, be the smartest investment we've ever made.
All right. Anything else you want to bring up?
CC us. And
That's
put
it?
in the put in the subject line, I don't know where your email is. And it'll just automatically send to us. We have that kind of manpower.
Good luck with that one.
Oh, but it only works if you're on a Hotmail account. So if you don't have a Hotmail account, you are everybody else in the world.
Oh boy. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.
All right. Bye.